Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over just a couple example problems from worksheet 12.2. Some of you guys are going to be working on the worksheet online, so you'll see on your screen what you see over here on the left, and some of you guys I know have this hard copy. I don't think any of you guys have both of these, but some of you guys have this one, some of you guys have this one, so I have them next to each other here on the screen. Alright. The first section here says, find the surface area of the solid formed by the net. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. Okay, I'm going to do number 1. The best way to do these problems is to identify the different shapes used in each of the nets. This one is all squares and rectangles, so it's not too hard. For number 2 and number 3, you have some triangles, you have some circles, and you guys should all know how to find the area of a triangle and a circle, and also a rectangle and square. So what you want to do is you want to find the area of each of these individual figures and then just add them all together. So for example, this one, this side is 3. Oops. Come on. It says over here. And this is 12. A rectangle with a length of 12 and a width of 3 would be 36. Okay? Now there are 4 of these rectangles. So 36 times 4 is 144. Alright, so basically all 4 of these rectangles put together is 144 centimeters squared. Then we just need this square over here and this square over here. And both of these are 3 by 3, so they have an area of 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Add that. 162 centimeters squared. You do the same thing for numbers 2 and 3. Okay? Now, those of you who are taking this this quiz online, make sure you read the directions carefully. It says round your answer to 2 decimal places. In this case, there are no decimal places, but in some of these, you may get decimal answers. Okay? It also says give your answer in square centimeters. That's because if you just write 162, the computer is going to mark it wrong, even though the answer is correct because you did not write this at the end. Okay, so it's very important that you read the directions. And make sure you spell it correctly. Okay? Alright, I'll let you guys do numbers 2 and 3 on your own. Let's do number 5. It says find the surface area of the right prism, round your answer to 2 decimal places. Alright, basically same thing here. You want to find the area of each face of this prism. So we have a triangle here, we got another triangle here, and then a bunch of rectangles. Now, a triangle, hopefully you remember, you find the area with this formula, 1/2 base times height. And here, they're actually very nice. They give you a right triangle. You can just plug in the base and the height here. So 1/2, one second. A little bit smaller. Okay, 8 times 5 is 40. And half of 40 is 20. Okay, so this triangle is 20 feet squared, and this triangle is identical to it, so it's also 20 feet squared. Okay, so now we have these 2 triangles. Now we just need to find the rectangles. This rectangle and this rectangle should be easy to find. This is 5 by 12, so it's 60. And the bottom one is 8 by 12, so this is 96. Oops. Okay. Now this rectangle, the one that's slanted, is going to be a little bit more difficult because we're not given this side length. Okay? You actually have to find that side length. Now if you notice, this is a right triangle, and we're given two of the sides. So you can find the hypotenuse using the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, you have your a squared and your b squared. So I've got 5 squared plus 8 squared. My 2's aren't coming out. So 5 squared is 25, 8 squared is 64. I'll write that over here. You guys are welcome to work on a separate sheet of paper if you don't have enough space on the worksheet. That's totally fine. Just make sure you staple your work to your worksheet when you turn it in. Those of you who are working on this hard copy. So I've got 89. And then when you take the square root, you're going to get a decimal answer. Okay? Now, I know most of you guys have a calculator, or some of you guys have a calculator at home. If not, the calculator that comes with most computers is fine. This one works fine. I actually have one of these on my computer, so that's the one I'm going to be using. Okay? And you can actually download this calculator for free. If you don't know how to do that, just come ask me in class tomorrow and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so got the square root of 89, approximately 9.43, etc. Okay? So, this rectangle is going to be root 89 times 12. So, I'm just going to draw an arrow. 113.21. I'm rounding to 2 decimal places. Okay, so now we have each of our faces. We just need to add them all together. We've got 113.21 plus 60 plus 96 plus 20 plus 20. There we go. 309.21. Right up here. And there we go. Now we'll put this over here also. This corresponds with the same number on the online quiz. Make sure you give your answer in square feet, like it says. Okay. Alright, numbers 4 and 6, we do the same way. So let's go on to the next section. Find the surface area of the right cylinder using the given radius r and the height h. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. Okay. I'm going to do number 7. Okay. In order to solve this, you need to know the formula for finding the surface area of a right cylinder. This is actually in your notes, but I'll give it to you over here. Okay. The surface area of a cylinder is basically the area of both circles, which is 2 pi r squared, plus the area of the stuff around. So the circumference times the height. Circumference is 2 pi r, and I'll leave the height as h. Okay? Alright, we're given r and we're given h, you just have to plug it in. So I've got 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Let me grab my calculator again. Let's see here. Okay. So So 2 times pi times 5 squared is 25 plus 2 times pi. 5 times 15 is, let's see, 75. There we go. If you have access to a computer, I highly recommend that you download this calculator. It makes things so easy when you're doing things online. Okay, this corresponds with number 7 over here. Okay, and it says give your answer in square centimeters. Very important. So I've got 628.32 square centimeters. Okay, let's go on down here. I'll do number 10. Solve for x given the surface area S of the right prism or right cylinder. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. Okay, so now we're given the surface area and we need to solve for x. Okay? So the best way to do this is to set up an equation and just solve. So let's see here. The area of this side here and this side here would be 6 times 8. So I'll write it over here. S equals 6 times 8 plus this side and this side would be 6 times x. So I've got 6x. And then the front and back would be x times 8. So I've got 8x. Alright, so S equals 6 times 8 is 48, times 2 is 96, plus 12x plus 16x. Okay, and we're given the surface area is 320. Probably should have plugged that in at the very beginning. Just didn't think of it. Okay, I'm going to subtract 96 from both sides. So you've got 224 equals 28x. And then just divide by 28. Alright, I'm going to get my calculator for this one. There it is. Okay. 224 divided by 28. 8. Sweet. So, x equals 8, and it's actually 8 meters. Okay? Alright, so down here, number 10, give your answer in meters. There you go. Alright, let's go on to the back. Okay, on the back here, you guys are only doing up to number 18. Okay, so I'm going to do number 14 and number 16 as examples, and you guys can figure out the last 3. Number 14 says a triangular prism with a right triangular base has one leg length 6 inches and the other leg length 8 inches. Okay, so basically I'm going to try to draw this. I highly recommend that you get into a habit of drawing these things if you can, unless you're really good at visualizing. Okay, so here's kind of sort of a right triangular prism. One of my legs is 6 inches, the other one's 8. Okay, and the height, or I kind of drew it sideways so it looks kind of like a length, 7. Alright? So what you want to do